What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and unfortunately, as of the time you're watching this video, the Black Ops 3 PlayStation 4 beta has come to an end. It was a lot of fun. I played the absolute crap out of this beta. I'm sure a lot of you guys did too. But in this video, what I wanted to do is bring you guys my top 3 class setups from the PS4 beta. The 3 classes I did the best with, had the most fun with, and overall just enjoyed using the most. I used every weapon in the game. I used them multiple times, and these are the top 3 classes I came up with that I think you guys will enjoy. So if you're on Xbox One or PC, you guys will have some good classes going into your beta, or if you're on PS4 and you gotta wait until November 6th to play next, then at least you'll have some classes in mind once the final version of the game is released. So without further ado, let's hop into it. All right, so the first setup we have here is a straight up Marksman class. It's a very, very good class for medium to long range engagements. It's also pretty good at close range too, if you can be accurate. And it's obviously spearheaded by the M8A7. This thing is an absolute monster, 4-round burst assault rifle, very, very, very little recoil, and it absolutely dominates the battlefield at medium to long range, even like over sniper rifles and stuff like that. Like, this weapon is just absolutely insane if you use it correctly and put yourself in the right position. So as for attachments, you definitely want a reflex sight on this weapon. It's the iron sights aren't horrible, but this thing is a Marksman, kind of like it's a specialty. It's meant to be super long range, picking people off. You don't want stuff kind of clouding your vision. You want to be able to put those pinpoint shots on people. So the reflex sight is my best sight for that. I also really like quick draw on it. This helps you aim down sight, get that first shot on people. If you don't have the first shot with this weapon, it becomes a little bit more difficult to use because you have a lot of kick in this game. There's no toughness. It's kind of like in between having toughness and not having toughness. And it's like, if the other person gets first shot, it's going to be tough for you to hit enough bullets to be able to kill them with that 4-round burst. So, quick draw is very, very important, especially for those closer range engagements if you find yourself caught in a weird situation. And then finally, grip is pretty good as well. It's not necessary, but it's good. Like, if you're trying to shoot at multiple enemies at long range, you fire multiple bursts off, it can be pretty helpful, so I usually run that as well. Now, as for my secondary, I really like the LCAR-9. Secondaries are finally good in this game. And the LCAR-9, but the LCAR-9 and the RK5 are good choices, but the LCAR-9 is my favorite. So, if you guys want like a secondary weapon to be able to switch to in close quarters combat and go into rooms and fight on objectives and stuff like that, it's a great kind of combo with the M8A7. Now, next up, as for the grenades and the equipment, I really like frag grenades in this game. They're extremely, extremely powerful. They have a little bit different physics this time around. Like, you can't quite throw them as far unless you're sprint, jump throwing and stuff like that. So they're a little bit weird to get used to. But they are like essentially little pocket nukes. Like, it's like COD 4 grenades. They're very, very good. They clear out rooms, and I just really like them. I also really, really like the black hat. This is something I started using towards the end of the beta, and it's actually really useful to not only take down enemy score streaks, but also flip them so your own team can use them, which is pretty cool. So the black hat's pretty good. As for perks, these switch around a little bit more. You don't have to use my perks. I was using Blind Eye in this class. Fast Hands is actually pretty important. It's kind of like the quick draw right here to be able to aim down sight faster. That is really important after you're sprinting with this weapon. And then Tactical Mask, that's a pretty good perk as well. You can also use Dead Silence or Gung Ho or anything else you want. But yeah, those are the 3 I was rolling with. So boom, there you guys have it. That's our first class, the Marksman M8A7 class. Now, next up, we have our Super Rush Heavy class with my favorite gun in the game, the Razorback. I absolutely love this thing. It's, in my eyes, by far the best SMG. They did kind of increase the recoil a little bit on it, but it's still very, very, very good. And it takes out enemies at medium to long range just as well as it does short range, which is pretty impressive. So anyway, I load this thing up with attachments just because, SMGs, you want to have the most kind of firepower in your pocket as possible if you get stuck in those longer range engagements. So what I have is the reflex sight, because this thing is pretty good at medium to longer ranges, so you can keep your vision, kind of clear and be a little bit more accurate with your shots. Quick draw is good because you're going to be running around corners and aiming down sight quickly, so that's pretty important. Grip is good to be able to control that recoil. Before, I didn't even really use grip on it, but then they put the patch in that gave it a little bit more recoil. So since then, I've been running grip more. And then also long barrel is important to be able to get those longer shots on people and to be able to take them out and hopefully a fewer couple of bullets. Now, Because we loaded up on attachments, we're really pretty bare through the rest of this. I don't feel a need for a secondary weapon on an SMG just because like you want to use your SMG in close quarters anyway, and that's typically what secondary weapons are used for. So I go ahead and skip that in this. No lethals, no tacticals, and then I take Sixth Sense is an absolutely amazing perk. I think it's one of the best perks in the game. It's the one that highlights your minimap when there's best perks in the game. It's the one that highlights your minimap when there's an enemy near, like pretty much right on top of you. But it's really, really good if enemies are above or below you or stuff like that. It tells you when they're super close. And because this is a close quarters combat, kind of specialized class, that's pretty important. Fast hands is also important because, again, this is a rushing class. You're going to be running around all over the place. You want to be able to aim down sight faster after sprinting. And then finally, Gung Ho is important because you can hip fire your weapon, deploy equipment, and throw grenades all while sprinting. So this class is really meant to be go, 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 go all the time. And it's a lot of fun to use. You get a lot of crazy gunfights and a lot of crazy situations, and that's why I like it so much. So that is my rushing Razorback class. And then finally, my last class here is kind of a hybrid in between the two. This is a class where it's kind of meant to be a little bit more medium range. It's good at long range. It's still pretty good at short range. It's kind of a hybrid between those two last classes I suggest to you guys. So this one's a little bit more middle of the road, kind of jack of all trades weapon. This is the Man of War. So this is a full auto assault rifle. It's got a slightly slower rate of fire, and then it's got not very much recoil and a good amount of damage. So that's where it kind of specializes. It's not like the Arc 7 or any of the other ARs. They have those high fire rates. This one's super slow, or not super slow, but it's pretty slow, but it's very accurate and pretty powerful as well. So in terms of attachments on this, reflex sight, again, you guys can tell I like the reflex sight in this game. I also like quick draw to be able to aim down sight faster. That helps you with those shorter to medium range engagements. And then finally the grip to be able to control the recoil. Secondary weapon, sometimes I skip that on this. I don't know, it's not necessary because you can use the Man of War at close range. But, it is better to have the LCAR-9. Like, the LCAR-9 will take people out very quickly. So, I do recommend that if you're going to be playing on one of the smaller maps. Also, Frag Grenade, you guys know I like those. Black Hat, you guys know I like those. I have the same perk setup as I did on the first one here. Like I said, the perks switch out all the time. But this is a pretty solid setup in case you guys want to use it. So, yeah, there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Those are my 3 classes that I feel like you can do well on any map, any game mode, like any situation with one of those 3 classes, and you can have fun doing it, and they're very good weapons. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know your favorite class down in the comments. I'd be interested to see that. So thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.